Welcome racers, today we're installing my new cockpit. 10 minutes into building this rig, we have built the base. We're gonna just set everything up in terms of the cockpit before moving forward. First impressions, everything looks solid. They have definitely used a high-end CNC machine. I'll see if I can put a cross section of it in the video, but there's no serrations. Things seem to be pretty accurate in terms of cutting. The only thing that sort of bothered me a little bit was these floor holders. They don't have the option of risers, so I think if we want to raise the height of our seat, we'll have to probably get risers, because this seems pretty low to the ground compared to the desk setup I have. So we could run into that problem, but that's still a maybe. We will see after what happens after we install the seat. The other thing is that the feet that they have provided, the screws on there are not perfectly aligned straight. So when I was rotating these screws, they were a little bit skewed, but when I put the cockpit on top of it, that doesn't seem to be a problem. So if you see that issue, I don't see if anything is very worrying. So we're gonna move on to the next step, and I'll see you guys there. So the chair is done. We've installed it at the max height. Now, when I look at my office chair, which I used to use, there's about 2 to 3 inches worth of height difference. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference in terms of my table setup. I might have to slightly tilt my monitor, but that's just about it. We're going to move on to installing the front frame and the foot pedals. That's the last screw, and we're done. Now, the cockpit does feel sturdy. We're good to go. It has pre-drilled holes for my Moza SRPs. The one thing I really like is, while I was sitting on this stand, my knees would be up here, which I know you can see that's still the case, but here's where the magic happens. Pull the lever, and now I can sit comfortably with my legs stretched out, so there is no pressure on my knees, which is the main reason why I got this cockpit in the first place, and a little bit of flex on the plate. But we still have to test this plate out. Now, it did get a little bit late while I was assembling this, so I'm going to test it out tomorrow morning, and I'll see you guys in testing. Okay, so we're here on Assetto Corsa Competizione. We're going to try out. So we were just practicing, and we set a lap time of 151.770. We're just going to do a reference lap. We did a few reference laps as well. First impressions, I am sitting much more comfortably, and I have a lot more I wouldn't say control, but I have a lot more force on the brake pressure, because that's much easier for me to apply now given the posture of my legs. The under thigh support is amazing. There is a little bit of flex on the plate still, which is slightly disappointing considering this is a aluminium profile rig. But there's still a little bit of flex on the plate under brake pressure. It's not much. It's not really crazy like my wheel stand used to be, but it is there. So we're going to drive and we're going to talk more about it. The other thing that I definitely noticed is that I have never felt my wheel be very like normal powered or underpowered per se. It's not underpowered, but it feels like a normal wheel. It doesn't feel like a monster in my hands anymore. I think that is because of the sturdiness of the cockpit. So all in all, I think it's a good choice. It's a good cockpit. The seat definitely is really, really solid. I am a big frame guy. I am by no means light. I'm just upwards of 100 kgs, and this seat holds me well. It's not creaking. It's not making any sound. It is taking my full force of my pedal when I'm pushing the pedal hard, and it's not giving me a hard time on it. Yeah, the FOV has changed a little for me because the distance from my screen, from a wheel mount, from a desk mount to a full profile rig has changed a little. So you'll definitely notice that it's going to take you a little bit of time before you can get used to the new FOV. But I am actually really enjoying it. The wider, not the wider, basically the lesser FOV is giving me more time to react to stuff. So that I did not know that was an advantage for people. Maybe I know correct FOV driving is advantageous for you, but apparently if you're sitting a little bit farther away from your desk and when your FOV values are less, you see a whole lot less, but you have a lot more time to react to stuff. Um, and I can feel that right now when I'm sitting here. So, if somebody's out there that is looking to be a little bit more competitive, maybe take down that FOV value and see how things work out for you. Um, for me, just for reference, I went down 10 degrees in FOV. For me, I was playing at 32-degree FOV. Now I'm playing at around 22. I do think that I'm seeing a lot less, so I'm gonna probably increase that FOV value by maybe a click or two, just so that I can see things better. But yeah, all in all, I would say it is a much positive experience compared to sitting on a wheel stand. So yeah, I think I now understand why people really hard push for cockpit. So, and one thing as sort of a newbie-ish or a intermediate sim racer, one thing I will say is one mistake that I feel I made in my upgrade journey is that I upgraded my pedals before I did my cockpit. And if you have the chance to upgrade your cockpit before your pedals, I would highly recommend you to do so, because this sitting position is basically giving me not only confidence, it's just a whole lot more comfortable for me to race. And I'm not getting tired, or I'm not like feeling a lot of pressure on my legs. I do have like a little bit, I did have a little bit of knee problems with my older setup, and this thing has changed that massively. So I would recommend you go for a cockpit or a better seating position before you go for that heavy load cell pedal, because that's the mistake I made, and I don't think that's a mistake a lot of people should make. Yeah, but that being said, this is my pace obviously, hasn't dramatically improved, and that's not gonna happen to you guys either. Just saying. There are a lot of G29 players out there who are desk mounted, sitting this close to their desks, who are much faster than I am. And by no means am I saying that getting a cockpit will make you faster. It What I am saying is getting a cockpit will just put you in a more, not just realistic environment, but also in a more comfortable environment where it is difficult to develop bad habits. That's what I'm gonna say. It's easier to learn the good habits that you want to learn as a part of the sim racer, as a part of your sim racing journey, and that's something that we all want. So with that horrendous lag, I think I'm just gonna give my verdict here. So all in all, I would give it a solid 8.5 on 10. The only reason I'm taking that 1.5 is because even though it's an aluminum profile rig, the wheel plate still flexes under load. You will see that in the foot cam. But yeah, that's sort of the only letdown. The cable management is also fine. The other thing that I noticed about this cockpit, I'm just gonna flip. Yeah, the other thing I noticed about this cockpit that I really that sort of irked me a little is because I have bought a lot of sim racing accessories, and they always give uh, a few extra bolts, because it is very easy to strip your bolts. Just for reference, they give you an Allen key, and these Allen keys, when you're constantly adjusting, because sometimes you want to sit high, sometimes you want to sit low. You have friends who come over, you want to change the seating position based on, when you start learning your journey. the Allen key bolts will start stripping really, really quickly. And that's not something that you would enjoy in terms of ownership experience when you start owning those things. And I faced that issue when I tried to install my load cell on my SRP lights. One of the Allen key screws, it has a much smaller Allen key screw, it got completely stripped, and I had to find a completely different way to mod my load cells. And I almost broke the chip inside it, and I was very scared at that particular point in time. So one thing, there's 2 pointers for VRH team if you're seeing this. One, please add better supports to the table. The aluminum profile rig itself does not move, it is very sturdy, but your plate still flexes under heavy load. So if somebody was to, let's say, install a 100 kg, 120 kg load cell, they're definitely looking for an experience where they have 100% brake pressure control, and they're looking for that 1% precision. That they might have issues with this rig. And please provide extra bolts, because a strip bolt is a massive pain in the ass to replace. But that's all I have to say about this cockpit. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, drop a like. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. We play a lot of sim games here. We have new games coming in. We have new experiences coming in. I have a lot of things planned for this channel. Please subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.